Yes, what's going on, people? Oh, sorry. Man. you know what's funny, yeah? You know when people do that and they've got that croak in their throat, and you're like, clear your throat. What's going on, people? Happy New Year and all that good stuff. Yes, had a little winter break. There was a lot of you guys asking on Twitter and stuff, so on Instagram. Yo, bro, when's the podcast coming back? You didn't say it like that, but yes, we're back. So yeah, I hope everyone had a great Christmas 2020, all that good stuff. I'm joined by a good friend today. Now, Dane, on a pod, like, for example, you see what it is. You most probably know this as well as a stand-up comic, yeah? You can talk, by the way, because you know sometimes they have podcasts and like, but on this guest, and they're like, wait, why are you laughing? I'm going to introduce you. We haven't introduced you.
Because I think people listening to me like, something's not right with the podcast. They're all... Oh, they're hostages. There must be. Something's wrong. I'm not listening to this anymore.
Because I always find that when they do that big introduction, it's like, we're walking by Dane Baptiste. And every time you get any introduction on a podcast, you're like, yo, what's going on, bro? He's like, bro, yeah, exactly. What's this smooth voice that everyone adopts when they get introduced?
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much for having me. The thing is, do people normally go, with a podcast? You know, they're like, don't talk yet. And then they go, brings us our guest. Who's the guest? Who the fuck is this guest? Dane Baptiste. Oh my days! I didn't see that coming because it says their name on the podcast description in the first place.
On the description, yeah.
So listening, so then introducing.
It would be mad if we were talking and then all of a sudden it's like, and Ludacris has joined us.
Yeah, then and even then it'd be like, it has to be like boom, ba ba, boom, boom, ba ba.
So how do you like to be introduced? Because you know, I guess you mostly know this as me. Like when you get introduced as a comic, it's hard because sometimes they will throw titles at you that sometimes you didn't know. Or, you know, accolades that are like, that's not quite true. So I don't know whether to take it or wait until someone on Twitter is like, no, actually, he didn't do that.
Yeah. So it depends on who introduces me as well, man. And like I said, people on social media get upset, you know. It's like when I got first Black British nominee and some guy was like, was it you? That's surprising. Why was that? And I was like, well, I don't know. Because it was, isn't it? And he was like, I don't know. I think you come across as homophobic. And I'm like, I'm not really that guy you think I am. And he was like,
yeah.
Okay,
you go in on Twitter still.
Maybe I've got you wrong. And he, forgive me. And I was like, no, I don't forgive you. I do go in on Twitter.
You go in on Twitter.
I do, man. I like it. It's my thing, man. It's like heckling gym. It's like heckle sparring.
You go in. So yeah, my guest today is Dane Baptiste. And Dane, how do you like to be introduced? Like, what would you say? Like that's me in a nutshell. Do you know what I mean?
This is stand-up comedian and writer. If we're talking about vocation, but Dane Baptiste, human being, man. It's cool, man. I feel like you can pick up in tone in it if someone likes you or not, or you're welcome there. So long as you feel welcome, it's okay. If they were like, my guest is here, I guess. As a part of some promo, so Dane Baptiste. The thing that, you know what, I don't mind the introductions when people go, so, who are you? Then why am I here, innit?
Yeah, sometimes, have you ever done the BBC, like, I remember doing the BBC regionals, as like promo.
Yeah.
So like you must stand in like Radio 2.
Oh, you have to go up there and stay in the same room.
Same room, yeah. And you're sitting in the room and you'll have the headphones on and they'll just connect you with all the different regionals.
Yeah.
Then there was just one guy who was like, hi guys, what's going on? Radio Derby here. And I'm joined with a comedian who was founded by Drake. And I was like, nah, bro.
Founded by Drake.
I said, nah, that wasn't me.
Fresh out of the Drake Laboratory.
I said, nah, that wasn't me, man. So yeah, so back with this episode. The thing is, I was thinking of many things to talk about, but then I just thought like consoles and computer games, really. Yeah, mainly because you know what it was like I was gonna get a PlayStation this week, and it's so mad how like I always find with consoles, because there used to be a time where a console would come out, and I feel like PlayStation 4 has been out so long now that the price should still go down. Yeah, but the price is still high.
Madness.
So that was like sitting there. I was just like, what's my subject going to be this week with Dane? So I was like, just couldn't like consoles. So what was the first console you ever got?
First console I ever got was the Nintendo Entertainment System, and I think I got it.
Wait, what's that?
That's the original like Nintendo. that we had that 2 buttons.
The grey one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because when you said entertainment, I thought there was one before that.
NES, as it's called.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's the original one. Because I remember I went to America for the first time in like 1990, and my cousin had one. And most people in America had them. So obviously a lot of people had like Sega, but Nintendo's really the thing in America. And I remember my cousin had one, and I thought it's the best thing I've ever seen in my life. And like, obviously consoles, there's like no loading time. Because I had a computer before that, had like a Spectrum ZX.
Okay.
But with Spectrums, they used to come with a cassette. Yeah. And it's like a keyboard with like a cassette player on the side. You put the cassette in. Yeah. And then you got to type in like some code in.
Mops is nodding, boy.
Yeah, you got to put some coding in, and then you load it up, and it's like...
Man, I had that in 1942 myself.
I even had an older thing than that as well.
Man, I queued up for the Atari, man.
Listen, this is where it all began. It all began. You don't know what? In those days,
my mum got me one of those. You know,
what, a Spectrum.
Well, she got this was like years later, innit? This is like I think she got it from like a boot sale.
Yeah.
And it just came with like I can't remember. It was like a keyboard. It's like you're saying, like a keyboard with a tape.
Yeah.
And you played, and there was loads of games. And just like I was just like, yeah, this ain't for me, man.
It's not the thing, man. And then you got, and the thing is, this is one of them days where a lot of these the computers didn't come with like joysticks and stuff like that, or joypads.
Yeah.
So you had to buy a joystick, and then you had to calibrate it just to make sure it worked.
Oh, right.
And that was also long to calibrate a little joystick, or you could use your keyboard.
Yeah.
But a lot of time, because like my parents, like from the Caribbean, so if they buy you a joystick once, it's like, I need a new one. But we already bought you one. Yeah, no, but I have friends and stuff. Why don't you can use the keyboard? I'm not. So I had to like
the accent's massive.
Yeah, well, what about you using the keyboard? So I'm like, So basically, I learned how to do like I had to learn to like use computer on keyboards and stuff as well.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I was supposed to bang up man on Street Fighter with a keyboard.
Yeah, I think when it came, I remember when I was in like secondary school, and you know that was like the days of like, because I guess when I was in primary school, that's when I had PlayStation. But
in
it was
primary
only,
school.
Yeah, in primary school.
Man's old.
Yeah. I had a PlayStation in primary school, and that was a big deal. I think. Well, the first console we got was a Nintendo, so I was a Nintendo. But it's different. It wasn't. It was the family's console. It wasn't mine.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So my first one was like a PlayStation, but I didn't know until I got a little bit older that how revolutionary PlayStation was when it actually came out. Don't get me wrong. I know it had like obviously had CDs, but it was like the whole like Britpop era.
Yeah,
and like
even the fact that Sony was involved, because before it was like a 2-horse race. It was like in the same way that in school it was like Nike or Adidas, and then maybe Reebok, and then it was the same with like it was Nintendo and Sega for a long time. Just like some binary thing there where it's either your Nintendo or your Sega, and it's like Sonic is a waste man, Mario's a waste man. Who wants to be a plumber? At least Sonic is fast collecting rings. That is dead. Man, ain't got no clothes. Like stupid things. So, Tails can't even keep up.
Lizzie said, "All right, man, it's naked. He's naked. He's got shoes on.
He's wearing shoes like a widow, and then Tails don't even do anything. Like Tails don't even get a level." And then they brought in Knuckles. And I remember that being a hype as well.
Yeah.
Knuckles the Echidna. But I was big on the games, boy, especially because I didn't really get a lot of them. So I was like more and more interested in them. But yeah, I've had some mad consoles. So Nintendo was the first one. And I feel like I was probably the first person, one of the first people in the UK to have one. Because everyone has had Master Systems or Commodore was another one. Amiga was another one. And like Spectrum. And so I did Nintendo, and it came with Super Mario. And I got like the extra controller, but like you could get like a big deluxe set that had like 2 controllers, had a robot and a light gun.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then that same Nintendo is the one that came with. There was this film called I think it's called The Wizard, and it had what's his name? That guy from The Wonder Years, Fred Savage. There's a lot of old people references in this for anyone listening. Yeah. And then I remember because you could get like a glove with like the control pad on it, and that was like the early things as well. And
really?
Yeah, I remember that Nintendo. That console bangs, man.
Because I remember when we had a Nintendo, there was the duck game. You shoot the ducks.
Duck Hunt.
Yeah,
with the light gun.
And there was like a gun, but then there was like a proper long gun.
But you get the extension on it as well. That's what I'm saying. You get madness, like pure big rifle, and that only happened at people that were like ballers' houses. Like with my cousins and that, we had to do a lot of hustles for console games.
I remember my cousin had one, and we went to their house, and we were just everyone's amazed. We're all around the TV. Like while they were playing it, and I think they brought it around to our house, but then like there was no way my mum was letting us plug the Nintendo. Basically we plugged the Nintendo upstairs, but then it wasn't working, the whole duck thing, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we was trying to find another in my room when I was young. I had a black and white TV.
No, me too.
So that was a myth. I didn't even have a SCART lead, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Do you know how mad that was, bro?
I had an analog channel changer. I
didn't even have that.
bought myself a TV.
Oh, the one where you change it?
Yeah, I bought it at like a jumble sale or stuff like that. Like, I was working like by paper and I was like, I want a TV in my room.
Yeah.
So I'm all there watching Eurotrash with like black and white babies. It's like, yeah. Let's get this aerial sorted out, yeah. And I got the wrist power in that. That's the old school black and white
my
TV.
first TV, because when I had actual PlayStation, I had to put it in the downstairs TV.
Yeah.
Because my TV was black and white. So my mum was just like, you don't need a TV, basically. But I was like, why would you buy me this then, innit? Yeah. Like, why would you buy me a console? But then I had a black and white TV.
My mum's exactly the same.
And I think there's some way I made it work. I don't know what I done. And I was able to play games on it. I don't know what. I think my sister had done something. And I was playing the same games, but in black and white.
I was saying, you know, you might have done, because you know sometimes with the old SCART leads, you could take it off. And had them free.
I think it was the two buttons.
In the front or the side, and an AV kind of plug. I remember having to.
Yeah.
Because the thing with SCART leads, a SCART lead was like a Nokia charger, innit? Like everyone had one. It was like a little interface. Whereas with these other things, you'd be like, I don't have to find a way to plug this in and then tune it, and it's to be just. See, a lot of madness is to get these computer games in the hood, you know. I'm telling you.
Mate, did you ever have the person when you grew up who had like there was always a kid who had no brothers and sisters but had all the games?
Yeah.
So like he was like the kid where you you got that game, and you like I know it sounds cold, but you'd only like hang around with him because he's like you'd be out and be like, yeah man, let's keep playing out. You're like, maybe we should go to your house.
You know what I'm saying? You know, the thing is, there's like going to your best friend's house and then going to your friend with the best house.
Yeah.
There's a difference in it. There's one from you go to his house and it's like, what are we gonna have to do to get like some juice from your mum? And then, please. And there's one friend when my mum's like, does anyone want anything to drink? My G, my G. You know the G with the Kellogg's variety boxes and that. When you go over to his house, he's got.
You just come in with sandwiches, sandwiches and like chocolates, like you know, like small penguins or something.
Listen, one time,
right, guys, there you go.
I went to my friend's house. My friend David. I went to his house to play. I remember, and his mum took us to McDonald's. Yeah. I remember she was like, what do you want, Dane? I was like, what do you mean what I want? You mean I eat what you give me? Like at my house? No. Yeah. She was like, what do you want?
In McDonald's?
Maybe Big Mac, of course. Man, start thinking like Macaulay Culkin and that. And a strawberry milkshake as well, please. Can I get 2 dips for these fries?
You know, we used to keep going as a kid and like, yeah, can I get a Big Mac? Can I have it large? And a milkshake? Yeah, sure. Is it possible I could get a donut as well, please? Yeah, sure. Sure. You're like,
nah, David was that guy.
You're a rich boy.
That's what David. He was that guy, man. He had all the consoles and that, and he had all the toys as well. So I remember some people would have the odd toy. Like my toy collection, it's like Toy Story, innit? Like none of the toys are necessarily related. Mm-hmm. Like there's like one GI Joe, one random Thundercat enemy. Like whatever they're selling at Deptford Market, innit? That's what I'm getting. And then I'm getting the knockoffs as well. So it's like
they're not like a family of toys.
Like, exactly, not a family of toys. And I'm not even getting. And I'm getting the bootlegs as well. So that my mum will come home and is like, "You're like Teenage Turtle." I'm like, "Why is he burgundy? Who's Byron?" You know, the market was in Deptford Market. Like, Byron, Ade. These are not turtle names.
Teenage mutant terrapins. You're like, big man, this ain't the same, bro.
What do they like? Yo, it's the same one. They like pizza. It's pizza. Nah, I had to do a lot of rebought actions. Like I remember they had to use like Meccano with like the turtles because I couldn't afford to get the van. So I had to build my own van. Or like if I wanted the spaceship for the Thundercats, got to be made from Lego. Like it was just everything was just had to be put
when I was
random.
a kid, I used to thieve a couple toys though from other kids. Like you go to their house, I'm like, big man, you don't need all these good guns for your action, man.
That's what I'm saying. You ain't gonna miss all of them.
Pass some of them over, bro. You know, little grenades and that.
Yeah, no one's gonna miss those. Or an extra stand so that man can stand up.
But that was the thing of kids, because even my kids, my mum wouldn't let certain people in, like especially kids, because she knows she was like, no, I don't like him. He's a thief. He's a thief. He's a thief.
A lot of friends are thieves. My parents are too strict on that. Because like I said, with David, I remember one, because like I said, David had all the toys. Because there's the toys, but there's also like, not only the action figures, but he'd even have like the cosplay as well. So he'd have like the Starscream, but you could get like the Starscream vest and the Starscream mask and make the sounds in it. And he'd have that as well. And he'd even have the bases, like, So there's this cartoon called Mask where the cars would turn into like battle vehicles and that, and then they would all have like a base, or like even with the Ghostbusters, they used to have like the fire station.
Yeah.
The man would have all of them things because I guess he's just balling. And then I remember he's like, you can borrow that if you want, Dan, because he's not gonna miss it, innit? When I got home, boy, my dad was like, "Where's this from?" I borrowed it. Borrow. Rushed. He rushed me twice, you know. My dad is very particular about borrowing things.
Yeah.
I remember one time, my friend, I was like, you know what I like? You remember we used to be able to buy sweets in like by quarters, yeah? You can weigh them up.
Yeah.
So in certain places you can get like the rustic kind of old school sweets. And I remember I used to like rhubarb and custards, yeah? And I was like, I ain't got enough money for them. My friend was like, I'll get them for you, Dane. I was like, oh, really? Oh, safe. And I was like, and my dad was like, why aren't you home? So I remember going home, yeah? And my friend was like, Dane, have you got your sweets? And I was like, no. No. Yeah. My dad answered the door in it and he was like, what sweets? I didn't get Dane money for sweets. And I was like, he's like, no, Dane, here you go, mate, here you go. And I was like, I'll see you tomorrow at school. When he left, rushed. Sweet. Yeah. I got rushed again. Bro, I don't think I've eaten rhubarb and custard since, you know. But my parents, they're very...
That term you used, rushed. Your dad rushing you. That just sounds mad, bro.
I know.
Hold him down, bro. Hold him down.
It wasn't like an NSPCC thing, yeah. But as I say, he used to just rush me, man. And that's the only time my dad with borrowing things. That used to make it more peak for like games and consoles and stuff, innit? Because the idea of me swapping stuff, like he's very much against that kind of thing, innit? So yeah, it used to be tough. And but then when I used to go to America, me and my cousin used to be like, I spend my summers or I spend a few months in America because I'd basically just live out there for a few months, and then we'd have to do like hustles like during summer, just go to people's houses and be like, I'll swap this game for this game, take that game and swap it back. So we just had like a whole like what do you name it? Just used to work like, what's it, a partner hand where everyone just like have a little circuit of like games and stuff, so you get to play all of them and everything. And the thing is, you'd have them for like the summer as well, because with Nintendo games and before memory cards with the PlayStation, you used to have like the passwords. The passwords would be like about 24 digits, man, for you to get back to your last level. So like, I remember my cousin got like this game called Dick Tracy. Yeah.
What's this on the Atari?
It's on the Nintendo.
Oh, okay.
Nintendo, because the memory is just limited, isn't it? So
yeah.
Like the role playing games.
Still.
Yeah, because it's in America, like some of the more the random games, innit? So some of the games that you'd be like, "Bro, this game, I've never seen it before." You'd be like, Dick Tracy, innit? Remember that film, Dick Tracy? And it's like, and then you get past a certain level and they'd be like, right, to get back to this level, you got to put in this code. I'm like, that's like 24 digits, and it's like, man, can't risk that. So you have to leave the PlayStation, you have to leave the Nintendo one overnight, innit?
I've done that on the PlayStation.
Yeah, hide the light, all that kind of things as well.
Put blue tack on the light.
Turn off the TV so my mum.
I go to school, bruv. Especially GTA days. I go to school.
Yeah, you have to.
I'd go to school. This is more actually. I don't know if this is more PlayStation. I think it's more PlayStation 2. Yeah. Because was it PlayStation? Yeah, no, PlayStation as well. But I think the games I was mainly playing on PlayStation 1. I played Grand Theft on PlayStation 1, but it was never...
It was just that overhead one, isn't it?
Yeah, and it was good, but it's not like how it changed when PS2 come out.
Oh, no, PS2 was just a different thing. But even saying that, you know, you're saying about your friend, who's got all the games and stuff. My friend, when he got a PlayStation, his dad had a PlayStation as well, because his dad's like into gadgets.
Oh, yeah,
so they both got one, and his dad joined what's called the PlayStation Club. Yeah. So literally, any game that comes out on PlayStation, on his doorstep.
Oh, right.
As soon as it comes out, straight on his doorstep. So, I'm telling you, you think in the games like, you remember, because I think the original games, a lot of the old Namco games were on PlayStation, innit? They had like, it's like Tekken, Wipeout was one of the old ones.
Yeah.
Like Rayman.
They're like the games you would get with a PlayStation.
Mad 3D games. Right. Like he had all the games. And then I remember when he got Final Fantasy, and that was just like a madness.
What's your view on Final Fantasy?
I don't have the patience.
I think it's trash.
Really?
I could never get into it.
It's good. And I know you have to get into it though. But
there's a lot of people that I don't know, but there'll be some people that are listening to this that'll just be losing it. But I could never get into it. I just don't know what it was, because it was the guy with the big sword, innit?
Yeah, that was Final Fantasy 7. So there's a few of them before that.
Final Fantasy 7 was like the one though, innit?
Final Fantasy 7, with Cloud.
Yeah.
Big old sword. I just rated it because I was like, raw, and he had a black friend in it as well. I was like, raw, black people in computer games.
But it was never like a game like. Because even I remember having it once, and I was like, I just don't know how this works. Because even like, you know, like the view of how you play the game.
Yeah, the role playing games. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like he was just walking everywhere, and I'm like, where's he going? And then they go to the next bit, and then the game would move, and I'm like, what's this, bruv?
It's just fully immersive, man. But I do rate those games that like use the full power of the console, boy. Because Final Fantasy is one of them. Yeah. Because that game was madness. Like, I didn't really get into it that much because I guess I've just learned to. I just played games that you could just play quickly, innit?
Yeah.
Because normally with my family, it's like you go to your friend's house and before you even get into a game, your mum's like, "Time to go home." So, or it's like one of them things where you're never really at someone's house for that long, or my parents are gonna come and like tell me to do homework or something. So I like games that kind of start quick. So for me, whenever I get consoles, always games like fighting games or scrolling games like Double Dragon or like Streets of Rage.
Oh, okay, yeah, Streets of Rage.
I like
was a bad
those
boy
kind of
game.
games. Let me tell you what I've got now, yeah. So with Streets of Rage, I've got a hacked version where you know the old Street Fighter for like Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
You can play like those characters in Streets of Rage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, sick. So like Ryu and Ken and that.
Literally, yeah, going through the Hadokens and them things.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
mad, man. And you could do another one where like
Because there was a black guy in that as well, innit?
there was
Streets
two.
of Rage. There was a girl, a blonde guy, and a black guy.
Skate. Yeah.
Called Adam or something
Adam was the
like
original
that.
henchman, and then they had a man called Skate.
Yeah.
Skate.
There
There was one weird thing in the 90s where all black people just was just on skateboards and everything. All characters were on skateboards or had like a hoverboard or something all the time. Well, black people always have to do the things with like gadgets. Like, why do we always have to be the heroes with gadgets, innit? Think about it. Like the Falcon, he's got gadgets.
Who's the Falcon?
From Marvel, he's got gadgets.
Oh,
and
him?
And then War Machine, he's just pure gadgets.
Who's War Machine?
Iron Man, Black Iron Man, innit?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Black Iron Man. So what was your games on Nintendo? Because I think for Nintendo, we only had one game, and I think that was... No, we had Super Mario Brothers 3. It's called Bros 3 or something like that, innit?
Super Mario Bros. 3 was
we had that. I think that's the one where he had the tail and he could kind of fly.
That was, at the time when that came out, that was the best game on the roads.
Yeah, because I don't think we ever had Mario number 1.
Yeah,
we
Mario
went
1
straight
was cool.
to 3.
Mario 1 was cool. Mario 2 was cool as well. And I think... but Mario 2 was kind of random. Like something happened where I think it was supposed to be... That was supposed to be like a different game. And they switched it up because there's another game called... So remember, because they brought out all the Marios together at one point, and then there was a game called the Mario The Lost Levels, and that was supposed to be Super Mario 2 because it was like a little bit harder and stuff. And that game was mad. Like, you know, the mushrooms make you big. Then they'd have like these purple mushrooms that would make you small again. Like, it's a mad hard game. And then, but yeah, Mario 3. But so I had like all the Marios. I had Kung Fu. That was a game that came out with early games that came out
For Nintendo?
Yeah, for Nintendo.
Okay.
But it was like the same game. There was like a similar game on like Atari, but they just changed the things around. I had that. I had Double Dragon 1 and 2. I had a game called Black Manta, which was basically about just some ninjas when ninjas were big. And then I had some next ninja game. Had some weird random game called Trojan, which is like about fighting Greek things and stuff as well.
Yeah. I always thought the games around that time, because a friend of mine, we had a Nintendo, then a friend of mine had a Sega, and I always thought the games on Sega was always better.
I agree, yeah.
Because even though we only had one game, but when I was playing these games, there was like a game, I can't remember, and you go into like some forest and you got to fight these people, and this guy, he's got like a sword and he puts it in the ground and everyone gets electrocuted.
Oh, Golden Axe.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Golden Axe, yeah. And it's, I'm saying it was annoying because Sega had enough of them. They had Golden Axe and then they had Altered Beast. That was another big game. And then they had, and then in like they had like Streets of Rage. So like games you could play with your friends and stuff in it instead of just playing it on your own all the time. Because I like games obviously because I've played enough games on my J's in it. So it's like I want to play games and like go to people's house and learn how to play certain games. And you couldn't really do that with a lot of the Nintendo games. They were like kind of one player and stuff. And then, And I also made the mistake of, I remember when Mario 3 came out, so gassed, I bought it in America. But in those days, if you bought something in another country, you ain't working on your own thing in it.
Yeah, because that used to, I remember that used to happen with PlayStation games.
Yeah.
Because I think that, as I said, like Nintendo was more the family console, but PlayStation was my console. So I do remember games from other countries didn't work because I had
The region thing is the...
Yeah, it was a region thing because it was the same with like DVDs at one point.
Yeah.
So your DVD couldn't play because it's like region 1 or region 2 or something. So I remember with PlayStation because I had a game called. Do you remember a game on PlayStation called Rival Schools?
That game was wicked, bro.
Remember that game?
Rival Schools was a wicked game,
There was
bro.
one you had a baseball bat.
Yeah, man.
And it was like you tagged
That's the
team
ball.
people
That
in
game
and
was
stuff.
sick, bro. But I had that teacher who was like Ryo and Ken, innit?
Yeah.
That game was sick. And then you called Batsu, innit? The blue boiler suit.
Yeah.
That game was bad. That game was bad. To this day.
I think when it came to fighting games, like, because I always think kids now who play online, it's different because they get mad with someone in a different part of the world at a different time zone. It's different when you played with your friends as a kid. Because when you get mad, you know now, like as guys when you play FIFA, what you saying, blood? Man will batter you, innit? But when you're 8,
No, it's fist fight, you know.
oh, bro,
Blood, I'll tell you. I remember playing FIFA in uni, and I think it was like, the The one after Road to World Cup, which was dead. But I remember this FIFA. You know, you've been playing FIFA enough all the time, so we just like, let's do random selecting it. Who's got the better tech? Really? And I remember I did random select, and I must have got like someone like Bayern Munich, like a big boy team, and I was like, all right, bless. And my friend must have got one dead team. I was like, this will be over very quickly. And you know, every now and again when you play like Pro or FIFA, you just have one voodoo day when it's like the ball just keeps licking the post, and it's like one day where it's like, hold on, that's not where my through ball was supposed to go. Why would it go to my don? And it's like nothing's going right.
Yeah.
And I remember my friend was like, no, my friend's from Kenya, innit? My friend James. They'd be like, oh, Dane, what is happening? What is happening? Pineapple in your ass for that goal. And swear on my life, yeah. If I had a knife that time, I would have stabbed him, you know. That's how vexed I was. Because it's FIFA, innit? Like, when the game was done, I was like, calm. But at the time, I was like, nah, I would definitely chef this prick in it. I swear on my life. And I had my other friend called Greg used to play as well. And Greg used to get so vexed that, you know, like, maybe I should let him win because...
Yeah,
I'm scared. Like, you know, the man's like, what is wrong with this controller, bro? Why is he like, and he was like,
now the rage me and my friends
rage quitting is the thing, boy.
Oh, because when it's different, man. Because it's not like how it is now. When you're adults in it, so you're not really like, it's annoying. But when you was a kid, because man, we're like, get off the game, innit? Yeah, 3-0 whitewash, move, bro. Yeah.
Or you know, you used to get perfected in like a tournament.
No, fighting games are worse.
Fighting games, you get perfected.
Because fighting games, you know, like when you play against someone, because we used to play it in the Adventure Playground. So when we play in the Adventure Play, they have different characters, and some people know a character and do stuff. You're like, bro, how do you? Yeah.
No, I swear,
man.
There's arcades and chip shops, and that used to happen a lot, boy.
Yeah.
Like, so because Street Fighter was such a big game, like Street Fighter 2, yeah, and then everyone's waiting for Street Fighter 3, and everyone's going nuts, and it's not coming out. So then they did Street Fighter, obviously Turbo. Then it was like Champion Edition. Then they did Super Street Fighter. And they added like the 4 characters like T-Hawk, Cammy, Fei Long, and DJ Maximum, another disappointing black character.
BBK.
That's where you got. Probably that's where you got it from, innit? Yeah.
Oh, right.
So DJ Maximum, he used to be like a kid, overly skinny teeth the whole time. So we're like,
yeah.
He's not the best, but he'll do.
Yeah.
But I remember, when I say fireball, I mean a fireball. I don't mean a sonic boom. I have to go backwards and then forwards. I need to be able to just do my little again, but didn't happen. But then people still, and then they did this mad hacked Street Fighter, yeah, and you could only get it like in chip shops and stuff, like a pirate version where you could. They just made it nuts. So you know, like those mad games like Marvel vs. Capcom and them things, like they kind of tracks you. So man could beat man in like 99 seconds in Street Fighter, because if you do the right Hadouken and like 11 of them come out, you hit the man straight away. You just go. Round 1, fight. 99 seconds. So when you beat a man in 99 seconds, it's like, bruv, come out of the chip shop, bruv.
I need to get old school.
Yeah. And then when people was young as well, like them older, like, because I lived in like New Cross, innit? So sometimes you have like some ghetto youths would just come in and just be like, let me take a round for you, cuz. They come like, no, it's my 50p. What? What's wrong with you, bro? I'm doing this for you. There'll be so many brothers like, let me take a round for you, bro. And then brother would lose your money and be like, nah, this is teeth, cuz. Don't worry. Fuck you, bro. What?
Nah.
Socks,
do you know what I used to hate is playing, because my game was like, I think it was Tekken 3. Because there was Tekken 1.
Yeah, bad boy.
So my move was the thing when he goes, you know that? Well, I do that all the time. You know when you just know a move of like XX square or something left? Man. So you keep doing the move and man's like, bro, but you're not good though. You just do the same move. Or you know the worst person that, because one of my friends always used to pick. You remember Paul?
Of course.
And he
just did the Phoenix Smasher.
Paul,
he also just had dog teeth. He's just fast, innit?
Yeah.
Paul with the Phoenix Smasher the teeth, but the biggest teeth was from Tekken 3 on the accelerator.
unless you're playing Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
You have to do a license. That game.
I went on it, you know.
Annoying, bro.
For me, that's like
and they had like I think it was like Porsche, but like some weird fake German version or something. They didn't have all the licenses.
Yeah.
So you go to buy, you wanted to buy, you see the price of the car, but then you still had to buy like the transmission and the turbo. And I'm
not into these things, Mo. I come to computer games for escape.
Yeah.
That's you're talking real life now.
That game was stress.
That's like playing Sims and like you got to go pay council tax. I know. Pick up the kids from school and that.
I never got into Sims though.
Man, it's long, bro.
Never got into Sims, man.
Them boring people games.
I always found people that was in who liked Sims had like a PC from birth.
People who like Sims are the people that like Candy Crush and Farmville today. You're boring, innit? Play some fun games. You're so boring.
I was never into Sims.
Them bubble people. Who goes arcade and plays bubble?
But then they had Sims on PlayStation at one point.
At one point, yeah. Them games are boring, bro.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I had it. I had a PC for time. So my real console nightmare began, was like after I got a Nintendo, then the 16-bit revolution came in and it was Super Nintendo and Mega Drive, or called Genesis in America. And then then like people started all leveling up, and then Atari Jaguar come out and all these other things. But I remember there was just a console war. This one, the console wars, or they're called, began, And I remember saying to my mum, "Can I get like a Nintendo?" And by the time I got the courage to ask my mum for a Super Nintendo, PlayStation was already coming out, So we're already on 32-bit, and I'm like, I'm just gonna say no. Let me compromise and say 16-bit. She was like, "No, I don't buy Super Nintendo or Sony Station." I'm like, it's not gonna work out. It's not gonna work out. And luckily, I had a friend that had all those PlayStation games, and so my PlayStation fix was taken care of.
Okay.
But then what I've worked out how to do is that I'd put emulators on my computer. So mum was like, "You have a computer for work. It's for work then, not games. You're in school now. It's for work." But it had a Pentium at the time, and I remember when Pentiums was a thing in it.
Yeah.
So I remember all the nerds telling me, "You got a Pentium? What, 100 megahertz? Whoa, bro!" And then I used to start just clicking with the nerds at school. So I put these emulators on my thing, and an emulator is basically like a program where you can play like a Super Nintendo or a Mega Drive on your PC. So I had that on there, and then from then, and then you just download what are called ROMs, which are just like the games.
Yeah.
But you can fit like 3 or 4
This is the real
games.
nerd stuff.
Yeah, brothers. And
I remember some man used to
learn.
do this.
It's so
I was
sick.
like, I've got a PlayStation on my PC.
Yeah,
I'm like,
so sick.
raw, boy.
So
Did you
sick.
do that much?
Got to do
Oh,
that,
raw.
and then because it's like people used to burn games as well, because you could get like chip PlayStation and burn
My
games.
thing was chips still.
It had to be. So I remember doing. And then the other thing as well is that you could get from like China and stuff like that. You could get like Game Boy games, but they'd be like 148 games on the same cartridge, and they have a little like red tick on it as well. And I know a lot of the time you get like the fake Game Boy games, and you have like 100, 200.
Yeah.
But man, that's a hustle. So I used to put emulators on my thing. So I had like a Super Nintendo and a Mega Drive, and I think I had another console. Oh, I want to say a Turbo Graphics, but I got another one now anyway. And then so we had like 50 games on both of them after that.
Yeah.
So I was blessed, And then I had with my and then what we used to do as well is get these CDs. We called them like Mr. Blobby. So Mr. Blobby was the name of some random guy, like the Banksy of computer games, and he'd get like these gold CDs, and they were like this high density like CDs, and he would just burn loads of games onto them.
Yeah.
So I get loads of like PC games or like games like Street Fighter, like odd random games. Upload it onto your thing, innit? And then the way they would chip it, they would hack them so that like you'd play like. Do you remember a game called Duke Nukem?
Duke Nukem, that sounds so familiar.
It was like a first-person shooter.
Yeah.
But he could do stuff like go in a strip club and you press the space bar and then the women take their breasts out and then things.
Oh
or
yeah.
Go to the toilet and press the space bar and he'd go to the toilet and be like, "Ugh, I needed that." Or he'd go into the strip club and he'd be like, "Shake it, baby."
It was that a bit like Doom.
Yeah,
Was it like
so
that?
first-person shooter. Yeah.
Oh, I
but
see.
it's just a bit more, but had that bit more kind of like I guess smutty edge to it and stuff.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Like Duke Nukem today in today's society, he couldn't exist in it.
Yeah.
Like he looked like he's just like basically like steroided up like blonde dude with like the red vest and stuff like
Yeah.
like an 80s cliche. But yeah, so I had all them kind of games as
It
well.
was mad when you can find hacks in games though. Like for example, there was a way to see Lara Croft showering naked. Do you remember on Lara Croft?
Yeah.
There was like because I used to buy the magazines.
Yeah, me too.
So
yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, there was a is it Games Master?
Games Master magazine. There was loads of them, man. Because Charlie Brooker started off writing for computer games.
Oh really?
So I remember he wrote a review for Street Fighter. Because when games used to come out on Street Fighter, like games, and they'd be like the Japanese artwork, like when it came out, and then there'd be the English, like the Western artwork, and it would look all dead. And you're like, why they use the Japanese thing?
Yeah,
innit?
yeah, yeah.
And I remember Charlie Brooker saying that he said the artwork for Street Fighter in the UK must have been done by an orangutan with a crayon in his back. This guy's funny. He's good. But I used to buy all them things, man, to learn like the cheats and like. This is what we used to do before like DLC and before downloadable content or paying extra.
Yeah,
You'd have to put a cheat code in. Or do you remember Game Genies and them things? You could buy like a console or you buy like a gadget thing and you put it in your thing and you put the cartridge inside of that.
Yeah, I remember there was one for PlayStation where you have this disc.
Yeah.
And I think you can select all, like it had all the games, so you can select the games.
Yeah.
And you take the disc out and then you'd put in like Vice City or something like that, for example. But then it was weird because it's like, I remember just getting to a point where, because I think when it came to Vice City, that was most probably the biggest escapism I've had as a child.
That was
as a teenager, because it was the first time where I was like, I'm gonna go for a drive, for example. Like I'd
stick the radio on.
Yeah, like I'd play San Andreas and be like, Oh man, bro, a long day at school, man. Let me go on a drive, bro. Get me? I'd play some Ice Cube. Today was a good day, and I'd just go driving.
You can be
bro.
the 6'4" as well. Just
Yeah.
Now sick.
I'd recruit someone in the ends. Yo, man, I'm down for the Grove. You down with the Grove? Yeah, homie, what up, man? Come, let's get in the car, bro. We just drive around.
That's it,
and then
man.
it's like, yeah. And I always found with like the GTAs, it was like, because I remember when like GTA kind of first came, as I said, like we were saying when it first came out, but I think it was Vice City when it came out, because you'd play the game, then it would just get to a point where I was like, nah, this is long. I need some cheats. I can't shoot down this helicopter with a pistol.
Every time I walk in here, man's got a shotgun. It's over for me straight away.
Like, you know, you play something, you're like, this is so annoying. So I think when it came to cheats, as much as I liked using the cheats, you know, unlimited money and you could buy the best cars.
Things like reduce the stars and them kind of things there. You know,
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 3, I think, was the best one where like you could just turn yourself into a black dude, innit? Like a black gang member, first of all. You
You like walk forward, walk backwards.
San Andreas.
Was it San Andreas when you walk forward? Yeah, San Andreas. You walk forward, walk back, and then you have to turn around, do a 360 3 times.
What Grand Theft is this?
It was on the one on the PlayStation 2. I think it was Grand Theft 3. The first one, it was the first time they did 3D.
Oh, Grand Theft Auto 3. Could you do that?
So you go forward, go backwards,
And then you make the character turn around three times. And
Yeah.
you can turn into a black dude or can turn into any other skin. And then you did another one where you turn the other way and you get the unlimited all the guns
Yeah.
and all the ammo.
Oh,
So you could just be going around and then actually look like a black dude as well.
Yeah.
yes.
Because Grand Theft Auto 3, he didn't talk.
Nah.
That was the one where he didn't talk, innit?
Yeah.
Yo, I need you to do this job for me, man. That was it. I always think though, you know, like when it comes to computer games, especially like all them games back in the day, the amount of games they used to churn out was mad, because they would also make games for films back in the day. So they have like a Home Alone game or a Terminator game.
Merchandise game. Sometimes that would matter more, like, because obviously it's Street Fighter. Then the Street Fighter film came out. Then they made a game based on and it's called the Street Fighter movie game.
What?
So you know, Street Fighter was a film, and the film was like with Jean-Claude Van Damme as like Guile and all this.
Yeah.
Like they made a game of that.
Oh right, I didn't know that. Still,
The game is much better than the film.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know the films. I always think back in the day in the 90s when they done games for films, they were just crap.
Do you remember the Super Mario film?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That was so
I actually
bad.
remember that.
It was so bad.
Yeah.
It was so bad. For me, it's like I'm watching it as a kid and you're thinking, obviously, I've grown up on this dream, and I'm sure we'll get a mushroom at some point. You'll get a firefly and it'll be flames from his hands, and then it'll be worth this half an hour of my life.
I can't really remember the plot of that film.
Because it don't matter, Mo. It doesn't even matter.
I remember they had Gooper Troopers in them and they looked a bit creepy
They were
as well.
they were 7-foot brothers with small heads.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't even
And
look
they
like,
were just like,
you don't even look like the Goombas. It's just
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
absolutely terrible. And then I think wasn't it like Dennis Quaid played Cooper and stuff, and he just looked like a drug dealer with like a spiky head and that. It was just,
yeah.
it was the worst.
that was one of the
And
worst.
then Street Fighter came out.
And that was even worse.
Kylie Minogue was in there, wasn't she?
Kylie Minogue was in that as well.
And that was just mad. I just remember there was one scene. I swear they're going through like a river, and there's they're like dodging like these, like, you know, those bombs in the river. Like they're like floating missiles, like mines basically.
Yes, I'm saying. And
It just got mad.
do you ever see when Riot did Hadouken in that film?
No.
Basically, because again, this is what Street Fighter's about. Hadouken, innit? So the guy was like, "Okay, buddy." Oh, that's not how Riot would sound. He's like, "Hadouken," and then it was like, the man's hand came open, yeah, and it was like, you know when a lighter don't work. That's what it was like. It was like, Hadouken. Everybody said, I was like, what the?
Nah, bruv.
You know who was a kid in?
You know who was M. Bison in that film?
Who's M. Bison?
My man from the Addams Family, Raul Julia. Exactly. He's not M. Bison, is who he is not. He's not M. Bison. He's the brother from the Addams Family. You know, when his wife needs to be like "Cara mia" and be kissing her hand and stuff like Angelica
Oh,
Houston.
yeah.
They looked at him and said, "Final boss."
What did you think of Mortal Kombat? The Mortal Kombat.
Mortal
film?
Kombat film was better than the Street Fighter film.
Yeah.
Because it's like digitized anyway. That's the whole thing with Mortal Kombat. It's like they can make them look like the real characters, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I remember there used to be once the scene when Sub-Zero throws one brother. They did a fly kick to him in it, and I thought, yeah, that's hard.
Yeah.
So and you know what they did as well? Because you know Mortal Kombat's like on 11 now.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 11 is out, and
Oh yeah, I think I've got that on Xbox.
yeah, and the brother that played Shang Tsung in the film,
yeah.
they used his face to be Shang Tsung in the game,
Oh,
and it was just
okay.
like him, bro. It's
yeah,
hard, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. This must be why I'm getting older. Yeah? This Mortal Kombat's are getting graphic now, you know.
Mate, The thing is,
too much game. Sometimes I'm like, that's too much.
I still bang Mortal Kombat because Mortal Kombat it's never changed from how it started.
Yeah.
So as a kid, it was gory, doing finishing moves.
Yeah.
When you'd hit man and he'd come up and then he'd fall all the way down to the spikes and stuff. But then even like now, I just play it just for the finishing moves and stuff because it is mad. They are absolutely.
It's overly realistic.
Yeah.
Man, there's one. I see one thing recently. Yeah, I think, and the better did a fatality, but he cut off a man's head, but not the whole way, just up until the jaw in it. And as the character's on the floor, the tongue's still moving. You know, I'm like, this is very strong.
Yeah, no.
So I remember how basic the blood was in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
And then when you bought it on the game, you couldn't have the blood, so you had to do a cheat.
Yeah.
To get the blood cheat and them kind of things as well.
Oh yeah, they had that in some of the
saying
games.
kids don't even understand how they used to be so against the violence back in the day, boy.
Did you was your parents ever like against you like playing like? Because I remember when I went to my mum she wasn't really bothered, but I still had to go with my mum to get Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Yeah.
I think I am, and I know this. I'm the first person in Peckham, Argos, to have Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. You know I know that because I got when you go to Argos and you fill out the thing.
Yeah.
I got that a day before.
Oh,
and the guy said, "Yeah, this is the product code, but we can't give you the game today. It comes out tomorrow, innit?
Boy.
But you had to go with your mum." And he said to me, like, "Look, you need to go like with someone that's over 18.
Yeah.
Because otherwise we won't serve you, innit?" So I was like, "Cool." So people are queuing up. One boy's gone in there by himself. Like, "You got ID?" He's like, "Nah. What do you mean? It's a game." Like, never asked no ID, bro. So then I was the next person.
It's
But
because of Mortal Kombat that started, having because that's when they started putting the Peggy when it says Peggy 18 or Peggy 13.
Oh yeah,
that started after Mortal Kombat because of the gore and stuff.
Oh,
People were like, it's causing people to kill.
Yeah.
That's how it all kind of started, man. Because I think I bought a copy for a kid once at I think Curry's on Old Kent Road.
Yeah.
The kid was like, "Oh, do me a favor, bro. Do you mind buy this for me, please?" All right, there, young man. I'll get it for you. I'll find this copy of your Grand Theft Auto. All the blood and pussy, please. I'm a grown man. I'll take it. There you go, young man. Responsible. I've done that before. I remember one time as well. I remember being in Bromley once and the girl was like, "Excuse me, yeah, could you buy me some cigarettes?" And I turned around. I was like, "You got a school uniform on. What's wrong with you? I can't do this."
I think I done it once, and I was like, I think it was the first time I ever got asked. I think it was fireworks as well.
Yes.
And I remember being young, asking some other guy once when we were young around the estate. He's like, "Excuse me, can you go in there and get fireworks?" He's like, "Yeah, sure, mate." We were like, "Bruh, oh my days, do you know how unresponsible this is?"
Yeah, I don't care. It's just some black kids. Here you go. Have some guns if you want your guns.
Kill yourself.
Yeah, I don't care. Bless you.
And I remember there was some kids that was like, "Oh, bruv, can you get us some fireworks?" I was like, "My calling."
Paying forward.
And even the guy asked me for ID. He's like, "You got ID?" I was like, "Yes, I do have ID." Here's my connections card. If you didn't have a connections card as your ID,
yeah,
you didn't live, boy.
Yeah, you needed money, boy. You better get that provisional license popping and something like that.
Oh, bro.
Stress.
That was my first form of ID. So I was going to say, in terms of like when you played games,
yeah,
did you ever do that trick of when you played someone like a little bit younger and they thought they were playing, but it wasn't plugged in?
Yeah.
So you play them and they're like, "I'm beating you," and you're like,
yeah, well done. Yeah. Keep up.
You know I'm not playing you right now, innit?
and they start getting overly involved. I want to go back to that part. We're not. Don't worry. I need to proceed this way. So shut your mouth. But I get quite particular about games. Sometimes I watch like little kids play a game, yeah, and they be playing it badly, and inside I'm like, "No, you're not doing it right. What's wrong with you, bro?"
Yeah, I'm like that with my
You've
nephew.
gone right past the energy. Are you stupid?
Yeah.
Eat the turkey, bro. It's Streets of Rage. Are you dumb? What's wrong with you? I have to calm down. My mother's always like, "You must have more patience with this shit." With my nephew, I'll be like, "What are you doing, bro?"
Yeah.
Going right past it. But then they pick it up in the end. My nephew, when he was like, he couldn't have been more than 4, yeah? And he had a Nintendo Wii and he had like Mario Kart. And I swear by the end, man would be sitting down looking at me, be like, "Yeah, so anyway, Dane, yeah," because he had like the steering wheel as well. And he'd be like, "Yeah, so how are you, Uncle Dane?" I'm like, "You're not even looking at the screen, man."
Yeah.
That's how savvy you got to it, man. But like,
I think the younger kids now pick it up quicker than we done.
Yeah.
Like, because my nephew's I got him a DS and he is logged in. He knows what he's doing.
Switch.
Was it no, not yet? Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, the Switch is
yeah,
the
that's
new
the
one,
one with the 2 controller bits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even to the point where I bought one, so I got him one, and I was like, "I need to get one for myself." This is good,
hard,
you know.
Did you have a PSP?
I had a PSP. I remember having it because you could get DVDs on a PSP.
Yeah.
My mom got me a PSP, but then what annoyed me with the PSP, because I'm sorry, what annoyed me with the PSP was that like you had to buy a memory card. It had to be a Sony memory card. They had their own memory card. So I was like, oh man, so I had to get a memory card. And then that was at a time where like you could only get like 512 megabytes, and it was expensive as well, even for that. So I had to get a memory card. What else did I have to buy? I think that was it, really.
Chips. I got mine chipped.
Swear.
Yeah, I got my PSP chips. I
didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, some Japanese. I think I still got it at home, man. Cause I had all the mad Japanese games on it as well. Like, an anime called Bleach that I used to watch, and then I had the game and stuff like that as well. So, yeah, man, I always because my parents would never give me anything, so I always had to find some subversive way of getting stuff, man. All the time, man. Like even, do you know, this is how deep it is, Mo. Yeah, between them emulators, and my Nintendo, my mum bought us a BBC computer.
What?
Exactly, a BBC computer. Yeah, if you ever see, I swear. Whoever's listening to this, go and Google what them discs look like, and see my life. Have you ever had to put a floppy disk in a drive and then didn't put a clip on a drive because the thing is so big, like, and it was so basic, like, you know, the person that second hand as well, keep in mind, and the person that you could design your own games and stuff, but it was like this extra basic, like the only ones who have to put in the full code to like play the games. Madness and but again, you just learn to be a bit more tech savvy and things, man, because you just have to like. Because I think at one point, we when I was at college, we worked out how to put Quake Arena onto the computers in the IT room.
Oh, right.
So you know, Quake was like the next game that was the level up from Doom.
Yeah, I remember Quake.
Quake was a big game, and there was a game called Quake Arena, which was like the multiplayer. So you just have the whole common room of people inside just playing the games, and then we play with our friends that they'd be doing science or like IT across the way, and we'd be playing them. Because I went to like a technology college, innit?
Okay.
So we had to work out all these scams and just work out blobby CDs, like just chipping everything I can get my hands on. Because like I remember, I remember having a chip Game Boy and having like those games. Chipping my PC to get all them games on there as well. Yeah. And then I'll do it and then what I'll do as well is that I'll just go around like remember that story about Johnny Appleseed in primary school when he'd go around planting apple trees around America, and that's why there's so many apple trees, because he had some seeds.
Really?
Very old, some story about
a guy called about this.
Johnny Appleseed is like a story they tell in primary school about a guy who was like a frontiersman in America, and he would just go around planting apple trees everywhere, and then that's why there's so many apple trees.
Really? So is this a real fact?
It's just a story. They used to tell in school, innit?
Oh, okay.
It's a real fact, but
I was like,
so what I'll do is with
I
my
would have
friends.
told that to people, you know. Brother, you don't know about Johnny Appleseed, blood. Man spread his seeds in America. Why you think they like apple juice in the morning in America?
That's what I'm saying.
Why?
The V8.
Because Johnny Appleseed.
He started the whole thing. Man started the whole thing. But
the worst thing I ever told someone once. Someone told me that, and it's not they didn't tell it to me, but I heard it wrong.
Yeah.
So you know Wagyu beef?
Yeah.
They massage the cow in it.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but someone said Wagyu beef. What they do, they get the seasoning and they rub it on the cow when it's alive. Bro, I was telling people, I was like, bro, you know they got this one beef, yeah? Imagine they season it, rub it while it's alive. Swear. I said, brother, I swear. Like, no way. I said, brother, it's called W something. Is that Wagyu? You swear down. I said, bro, they rub it. They rub the seasoning while it's alive, innit?
Do you know where your friend probably got that from? People that rub these cows.
Bro.
This field smells nice.
Bro, I felt
that's a lot of seasoning that's required.
While the cow is alive, bro.
I know.
I was telling someone,
stay in the same place.
I was certain of it. I was like, yeah, it's in Japan, bro. Yeah, the Wagyu. Yeah, but they season it. Why this alive? They rub season it every day. It was that one, and I was telling people with confidence. Yeah. Like, you know when you started going to like a couple fancy restaurants in your early 20s?
Yeah.
I was telling people with absolute confidence. And I think the other one, once we was at my friend's house, yeah, and you know when you're just looking at man's room, you just dissing man's room, innit? So now I see you have this like rack of CDs, innit? This is me. I was like, this is where dyslexia messes you up, innit? Where you sometimes when you're dyslexic, you have to think a little bit, before you say stuff. So we're all sitting there in man's house, innit? See man's CDs. I was like, bro, what's that dead CD there, bruv? Rey Asugo, bruv. Any Spanish CD. What's that, bruv? Man picked it up, turned it round, and that, bruv, it's pay as you go. Hey, bruv. Everyone was laughing, guys. I was stressed. Man, like, no, man said Rey Asugo, you know. Nah, big man, it says pay as you go, blood. No, you're dumb, you know. You're absolutely dumb, cousin. You know, you're like, hey, shut up, what is the rest?
If it makes you feel better, my cousin has a dyslexic friend, yeah. You know the game Halo? He used to call it Legos. You don't play Legos. What?
Hey, this game in Nigeria is mad, bro. It's what it is. It's Nigeria in the future, bro.
What's that? You know?
It's Nigeria in 1345, bro. It's mad, cuz.
These games are absolutely
Oh,
mad,
mate.
Nowadays, it's the level of technology. Like, the way I look at like something like Mortal Kombat now, like one character in Mortal Kombat, that would take up the whole memory for the whole game.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But you know what? I was thinking that would be a good thing now because you know how basic it was where they would just digitize the characters. You probably could get an app now where, you know, obviously you can do like voice recognition and filters and stuff. You probably just need to do like a full body like scan of somebody, and you could probably have your own character in like a basic Mortal Kombat. You know, like a phone level one.
Yeah.
But I was thinking like because you think a lot of the games now for like the games you get on phones and stuff, they're very like reminiscent of like old games. And I was thinking there's so many games you could probably do yourself. Like I'm thinking, you know, like laser tag.
Oh yeah.
You could probably do that with your phone now. Have a game of laser tag, but then I think you want to be a black dude walking around with like a phone, being like, it's not a real gun, it's a pretend gun.
Yeah. Well, like an add-on or something that you put on the phone. Yeah.
That'd be fun.
I think now with gaming, it's like, actually, do you remember the game on PlayStation where you could make beats? What was it called?
Parappa the Rapper. No.
Was it that one? Or music?
There was a music thing as well.
What was it called? Music 2000 or something like that.
Yeah.
That game, I swear someone said that Wiley made a beat on that. There's a beat.
Yeah, Dizzy Rascal, yeah. I think
Dizzy Rascal made a beat.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, a few of them on there, yeah.
Oh,
because I think you could get like Fruit Loops and stuff on PlayStation and something like that. But yeah, I know, a lot of people used to use that as like before. But
I remember hearing that.
But you remember Parappa the Rapper?
I remember that game, yeah. I went for an audition to do the voice for it.
Oh, sick.
Like, I didn't get it though. Pissed. Yeah, time ago. No, I think it was just like not the actual Parappa the Rapper, but I think it was like the game was coming back out, and it was basically like you're being asked, so Parappa the Rapper's come back. How do you feel, man? Is that Parappa the Rapper? I remember, but you had to do it like a self tape as such. Man didn't get that, boy.
Your heart wasn't. Your heart wasn't in it, bro.
I didn't get that, bro.
Were you that big a fan of Parappa the Rapper? To be fair,
I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. Okay. And then I seen it randomly. I think it didn't go on TV. It's like online kind of advert. I seen it. Finn got it. I now got it in the end.
Yeah.
That's when Polly would send like we need a black guy. We me, you, and that would all go. And you tell, oh, you're also here. But then, same what role you?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Good luck.
Try not.
Yeah, I went for that. I've always wanted to voice a character in a video game, though.
But it's lucrative as well, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like people aren't aware of it. Like there are now voice actors and actresses who now will be involved, especially because like with the story mode and cutscenes and all them kind of things.
Yeah.
For some of these bigger, more expansive games, like there's a lot of money to be made in that, and you know it's a job unto itself.
Yeah.
Because I think like even with Grand Theft Auto, like Cat Williams did, you know, because you can go to like a comedy club and stuff in like the new Grand Theft, like what they call like sandbox, where you can just explore everything.
Yeah.
And if you go to like the comedy club, like, you will see a set by like Cat Williams.
Oh, right.
Yeah, or like I remember in maybe San Andreas, like Michael Bivins from New Edition, like he's the DJ on the radio station and stuff like that as well. So they for the authenticity and stuff, they really invest in it.
Because Danny Dyer voices one of the characters on San Andreas.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Because you meet some guy in the mountains who's randomly like, "What's happening, mate?" Yeah. I think it's when you got to go to the Area 51 base.
So
it might be
is it hang glider. I think you have to get there or something. Well,
I don't know, but you got to meet him,
that,
and I was just like, "This makes no sense." While we're in the Nevada desert, and there's a guy from Bermondsey, it's just here like
that's the world of computer games.
With CJ.
Yeah, but you should look into it, man. I'm surprised you've not been in. Yeah,
if you could voice a character. What kind of? Because I would want to be on a game like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Because I remember Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I think it's 3.
Yeah.
Or I think is it 2? That was the one in it. Because I wasn't really a fan of them olden times ones, like the World War II type ones.
Yeah, Modern Warfare.
Yeah, it was the normal Modern Warfare because they started going mad where you can fly with jetpacks and stuff.
But that's why they were Street Fighter. It's so popular. They need to keep trying to extend it and extend it.
Yeah.
Have you played the next thing, man?
Have you played Call of Duty?
Yeah, I ain't the best at it.
Yeah,
But I played it, and I also played Battlefield.
yeah.
That's quite good. Cause
See,
you can
Battlefield's
get
in like
get into
World War
vehicles and
II
stuff.
times, isn't it?
'Cause you
Yeah,
get
I'm
to,
not a fan of
battle-
that.
You can get to like, is it that one? And there's another one called PUBG on. You can play on your phone as well, but you can get into like cars and
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that. Even when the thing is, I like playing Call of Duty, but I like playing the missions, innit? I'm one of those
You're the
guys.
full immersive thing, innit?
Bruv, when you're in the, I think the first mission on, I think it's Modern Warfare 2, where you're in the boat, or might have been 3, where you're in the boat and it's about to sink.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're running off and it's going upside down. Do you remember that? Bruv, I was in that, bruv, all the controllers shaking, and you got to press certain buttons, swim. Alright, bruv, I used to, I remember I went to my friend's friend's house, and this was when, like, you know, when someone has just got a HDTV.
Yeah.
So we already, I was like, "Ruh." And he was like, yeah, man, you can see the sweat on it. I was like, "Ruh." Man can see the sweat. You know, like, I don't know if it was as good as he was telling me, but I was gassed,
But
innit?
HDTVs, and they always advertise them with either like wildlife programs or sports. And
Yeah.
It's like, "Rah, look
But
how
he
colourful that fish is, bruv.
When you go in curries.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Look at the drop of water.
That's the
a
one.
real
Oh,
drop
man.
of water, you know? Then you get home and it's on BBC One. You're like, ew, what's going on with this TV?
Some of this HDTV, you're like, nah, it's too much information. You know?
I was going to say, how do you find the online gaming? Like, how do you find that platform?
I don't do loads. I don't sure if I have, as you know, I get busy on social media. I don't know if anyone could call me an N-word on a computer game and I'll do. And he plays that Call of Duty.
I've seen that still.
I love
That's
that. And they're
mad
like,
funny.
Yo, dear, you're a goddamn N-word. And they be like, is your name Ted Jefferson and you live in Oklahoma?
Yeah, I've seen
This is your house. Dude, why are you looking at me, man? That is your name. I'll come to your house. Apologize now. All right, I'm sorry, man.
No, that like, I remember the first time I played. What did I play? I think I definitely played Call of Duty online, and even then our internet wasn't too strong.
Yeah.
So there's a couple times where we playing it, and there's like connection lost.
It's
Halfway
like
through?
it's like
I'm like, yo, what's going on? But I was never good at it. I was never good, especially Modern Warfare. Man United or someone, and this guy was Real Madrid because of Ronaldo in it, and he knew.
nah, it's long. I know a brother. I used to jam with some brother, yeah, and he bought. I remember he bought Street Fighter, yeah, and he would just, and then he'd play, and then he was like one of the old pros, and he would just play with Arsenal.
Oh yeah,
The game for long enough, and he was like, just random selecting it. So he used to be getting these games like, I'll be the team from like second league in Sweden. Your friends like, you're gonna get mad competitive. You can't really relax like that. But when it's
yeah.
played the game for long enough, it's like. With my friend, if we play Tekken Tag, because I remember we had like Tekken Tag, which is that's a sick game. So it's like
Oh, I remember that.
Tekken Tag on PlayStation 2 is a wicked game.
Yeah. I
That
remember
game
I
was
remember
wicked,
that.
and we had all the characters and stuff. And then sometimes man would go off, and man would just do random selecting. But after a while, you start being good with all the characters and stuff as well. Because some characters in Tekken are random. Like I remember there's one game where it's got this doctor who made like the Jack robots. You remember the big robot Jack from Tekken?
Oh yeah.
Like the character that the doctor that made himself a robot, but he couldn't do nothing. He would just fall on the floor and just roll around. It was like. And then there's another one where they had this little dinosaur as well, and he was dead. Called Con. Like man, we had to unlock all these mad characters.
I think with games they seemed a lot simpler when, like, if you think of like the early 2000s,
Yeah.
the games were just a bit more simple. Whereas now the way it's changed with games like Fortnite and
oh, yeah, massively immersive and detailed and stuff.
And the thing is, it's good now for developers because you can't really chip a game like that because of the size and the memory that's required, isn't it?
oh yeah, the way it's changed now
Yeah.
is like completely different,
Exactly.
man.
But that being said, I've got a new emulator now. So my emulator is like this big.
Yeah.
It's like just no bigger than
I don't know, like a
Do you
phone.
still play on PC?
no, I don't need to now because now basically as the technology's improved, I've got like something like this big, and I've got a Nintendo, Master System, Game Boy Advanced, Game Gear, Atari Jaguar, Atari Lynx, Commodore 64, and an Atari Amiga 500, a PlayStation 1.
This is what you still have now.
All on the same thing.
Oh,
They're
right.
all on the same thing. So I've got all these games, and then all full
I
of
can't
games.
play old games anymore though.
It's hard, yeah. But
On these nice HD TVs, they look rubbish.
some of them
bruv.
look rubbish, yeah. But on the PlayStation stuff, it looks alright. But the thing is, it's that small. You just need an HD cable. You can plug it in. So,
Yeah, they just
but
don't
you have
do
to
it for
be
me,
proper
man.
on the retro gaming to like enjoy that
Yeah,
kind
I
of
think
thing.
that's the
innit?
thing. When you play the retro game, but now it's hard because the last game I think I got into was Red Dead Redemption,
That's a hard
2.
game.
and I didn't play the first one, so already I was like, bruv,
Yeah.
you know you can hunt snakes and that, bruv. You can skin them,
Is that-
eat it.
It's basically Grand Theft Auto Wild West.
Yeah. That
proper
game was
massive.
blowing my mind, bruv.
Do you know-
like,
I want to talk to you about a console though, yeah. Like, because we were talking about all the the Prestige console, the Neo
Yeah.
Geo. Do you know about Neo
What's
Geo?
that?
This is what I'm saying. This is strictly for real ballers, isn't it? Like when everyone was doing like 16-bit and that, like for Neo Geo, unless you was Michael Jackson or Macaulay Culkin, the Sultan of Brunei, or your dad was like a baller. Like consoles for Neo Geo, the console was big money, like PlayStation money back in the day. And to get a game cartridge was like £150.
Raw.
Neo Geo is for the real ones, like.
But was it actually good though?
It was amazing because Neo Geo was like having an arcade at your house. So you know games like Fatal Fury or like games like Metal Slug, like the mad shoot 'em up games.
Don't know these games.
I'm saying because it was a prestige thing, like King of Fighters and like all them SNK games, like the madness. Because there's a new brand like the new Tekken called Geese Howard.
There's a new Tekken out.
There's like Tekken 7 now.
Bruh,
Tekken 7 is out. That's what I'm saying. Tekken.
I logged out
Mortal
from
Kombat's
3,
on
I'm not
11,
gonna lie.
man.
Nah, Mortal Kombat. I still miss
11, but
Mortal
yeah,
Kombat.
Tekken's there's Tekken 7, obviously Street Fighter 5. I think
Did you used to
Arcade
bang?
Edition.
I'll tell you what I used to bang. Oh my gosh, bro. You used to play Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
Oh my
But even
gosh.
then, it's like Metal Gear for me is like I didn't have my own PlayStation in it, so I couldn't
Yeah.
get involved to get the memory card in
Bruv.
it. So
Metal Gear, bro. When you're behind the thing, what was that noise? Brim? Man comes down with a gun. You just sneak back around. That was so dumb.
it was
Huh? There's a box.
I'm saying tactical espionage action.
Is that noise, isn't it? Yeah.
And the thing
What
is,
was that?
I like that about that game. But the thing is, I guess, like I said, I don't really have a lot of patience sometimes with games in it because I never had a lot of time. So
No, but that game
but
was
that game is sick.
intense.
Remember Metal Gear 3 when he had like he used to have the tranquilizer in it, but he had the tranquilizer gun, but he had the normal gun. I remember one time I must have snuck onto the ship, and he's fighting against like these Russian commandos.
Yeah.
And I was a tranquilizer umbrella, and he was on the ground like that. But you know that game's like proper interactive, so I was like, I wonder what would happen if I. Oh! And I just shot the brother, blew the brother's brains out. And I just heard. Brim! I was like, oh shit! It's stuck.
Because sometimes when you shot someone with a sleeping gun, they don't sleep straight away.
No, you have to hit them twice, innit?
Yeah, so you shoot them, like, huh, what was that? And then you shoot man again, and say, then you got to carry the body.
But that's why it's so good because it's
Yeah.
so realistic. Because if you tranquilize in the leg, it takes longer to travel. You know what was the deepest thing I remember from Metal Gear Solid was that there was a character you got to fight called Psycho Mantis, and because he was psychic, he could read all of your moves. So the only way to beat him was to plug in the second controller, so that he couldn't read your movements.
Oh, that's
Because
long.
yeah,
bro.
the brother
See,
that made
things
Metal
like
Gear
that-
Solid, the brother
Things like
that
that's just me. I ain't playing the game no
the
more.
brother that made Metal Gear Solid, like that guy, like he is like that's not just a game in it. That's like that's a whole
Wasn't they meant
project.
to make a film of that?
I don't think you even need a film with Metal Gear Solid.
No,
you know?
apparently
But I think
they're
they
gonna
must
make
make
a
one.
film.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
it's
it
even
works.
based. The bread is based on like Snake in Metal Gear Solid is based on Kurt Russell's character in like Escape from LA.
Oh,
That's why it's
I
called Snake.
see.
Yeah,
yeah,
It's
yeah.
based- so that's
When you
like,
used to die, Snake, no.
yeah.
Yeah, them
Like,
games were
them games are heavy. And then the
intense.
Grey Fox. Remember the Ninja is well Metal Gear Solid because he was the original. So Metal Gear has been around since like the 8-bit Nintendo. And there's a ninja called Grey Fox that you got to fight in Metal Gear Solid as well.
Okay.
And then he's on your side. And there's another brother called Raiden. And it's called.
Oh yeah, I briefly
Yeah.
remember him.
But
I think
Metal
that
Gear
I
was
think it
mad,
was
you know.
3 was the last one I played. There was one where they were kind of like in a jungle.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I played that one.
Yeah.
Was that 3?
Was it Snake Eater?
I don't think I played that one.
That
No,
was
no,
yeah.
no.
That was yeah.
I think it must have been number 2.
It was the first one was Metal Gear Solid when it was the Metal Gear Solid, and then it was is it Guns of the Patriots or something? Yeah, Sons of the Patriots, and then Snake Eater when you have to like eat food and drink rainwater and all this. Bruv, Metal Gear's a different thing, you know.
No. It was a good game.
Yeah,
I
it's
remember
an
when I played
amazing game.
Because number 1, I couldn't really get into it, but then I think I was number 2. So I think I was kind of like already like invested and involved in it and stuff.
But Konami was like that. Konami was like the people that made like Metal Gear Solid.
the Japanese, isn't it?
Yeah, they cared about computer games. They made that. They're the brothers who made like Pro and stuff. Like they never
Yeah.
any games.
Oh,
they
they could
made,
get the licenses with Pro, innit? Pro
Yeah, yeah.
Evolution.
yeah.
That's mad. London against Manchester.
Manchester was called Aragon.
Was it?
Man United was called Aragon.
Bruh.
PlayStation. I mean, but that's not even as bad as the old games. On PC, there used to be like games like Sensible Soccer, Actual Soccer. I remember one game called Sensible Soccer, and you could play as Arsenal.
Do you remember a game? There was a game called This Is Football. Do you remember that? Bruv, you know you could play as schools. It had schools on the game.
Oh, is it?
So there was a school called London Nautical,
yeah.
and they were on the game
Oh,
because they were quite a good football team back
Okay.
in the day. So you could play, and it would be jumpers and goalposts.
oh, sick.
There was that game. Then there was another game. I forgot what it was called, and you can hit the referee. You get a red card.
Yeah.
I forgot what it was called. Do you remember that? I think it was on
I remember
PlayStation.
that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And you could literally hit the referee. I think what's really good though about FIFA now, it's almost changed, like even like how footballers take their ratings now.
Yeah,
it's like a real thing.
Yeah.
Of like when the ratings come out, people take it like, yeah, like, oh, I want to see, because I watched something recently and it was like, oh, like, do you know what your rating score is? And some footballers are like, no, I don't think that's fair. It should be better.
It should be better. Yeah.
I think that's so mad of how, like, it's actually like, I wouldn't say it's affected, like, but it's affected like when it comes to real life sport.
Yeah,
you've got man who are like, no, like I should be 84 or stuff like that.
It's also important because it means that African footballers from French African countries don't have to do mad hair no more, because the graphics mean you can see who they are anyway. So no one needs to like, because in the old days, man was like, I'm Ibrahim Bar, but how can I distinguish myself from Tugari? Okay, I'll dye my hair blonde, or he can. Well, the African brothers have to do madness, just to felt like, who's this? Oh, that's definitely. Oh, what's it? Jabril Cisse.
Yeah, because the players back in the day, they would always be like, there'd be like one player who was like the official player of the game. So like Henry would look like Henry.
Yeah.
Everyone else was like Heskey would look like Ashley Cole.
I
would look like someone that like
Carlton Cole and Ashley Cole do not look like each other. Even though they're Coles.
Whereas now all the players look how they are.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is I think it's amazing.
Yeah, African footballers had it harder back in the days when they couldn't really distinguish themselves, and there was
because that's
do
you know what I did?
Two skin tones.
Do you know what I didn't like about the old games? When I think of the old FIFA, I used to be good at it, but if you think of how you used to play, if you pressed triangle, you'd do the perfect through ball.
Yeah.
If you do shot, it'd be the perfect. But now you can't just bang circle and it goes top corner. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that's what I kind of appreciate of how the game's changed. I think though,
that's what Pro used to have over FIFA. Like FIFA obviously had the accuracy and the licensing for
game.
But like I remember ISS Pro from about 2001, 2002. Like when it was on the. So it was Pro Evolution, so it was like one of the first pros that was on PlayStation. That game was amazing when it first came out, boy. Because just learning the things like through ball just made the game so much more entertaining. Man. It was just the whole idea. And like, it take a while to get into it, but once you get into Pro, it's like, let's just do actual 45-minute games, Mo. No one else is here, innit?
Because no one actually ever done. You can actually do a real 45-minute game.
When I was at uni, uni would be like, all right, let's just do it. There's no one else here. Spliff's here. It's reading week. It's reading week. I'm reading.
You know what it is though? When I play things like FIFA, I don't really play FIFA. I'll be honest, I'm not really a FIFA player. But whenever I do play it, like, and you know, like man who like, because it's the whole thing of like changing circle to square, which is like a common thing.
I used to be on that, you know. I used to be like,
but some man go deep in like, yo, once you change tactics, I like to play this tactic. I like this player playing there. Why is it's like
that man
just
can't
play the game?
Yeah, that man can't do that. That is, you know, when you have them drink ups on them house parties and someone's like, oh, let me do my tactics, bruv. It's a 10-minute game, innit?
Yeah.
You're just gonna have to just. I'm sorry. But there's people waiting.
But you know,
and 3-0 whitewash. You're coming off.
You know what's annoying though when you play FIFA is when someone beats you and they make you watch the replays.
Who does that?
And you're like, bruv, just press the button, man. No, bruv, look at the goal, bruv.
So that's how man.
Look at the goal.
Man get hurt for that, you know. I reckon there's brothers in Feltham now being like, what happened? What are we in for, bro? Some idiot wants someone to replay, you know, bro. In my house, am I picking of life? People that
no, that's a violation, man.
It's a pure violation.
I'll tell you what's also a violation. If you ever play Grand Theft Auto online, you get man that gang up in it. So they'll be in a car. I've seen videos there are so funny, and it happened to me, innit? One time I was playing it, and I wasn't really. I think it was when what was the last one to come out? The last Grand Theft Auto.
5, innit?
I think
with the three brothers, innit? It's Grand Theft 5, yeah.
Yeah, it's that one. And I think online, I think they didn't have the online thing set up when it first come out. It took a little while. So everyone was like, oh, and then it finally come out. So I was like, oh, woo, exciting. I'll check it out and see what it's saying, innit? But I got in there, I'm driving around, and it's carnage, innit? You just see a car go past, mad fast, you're like, bro, this is real life, bro.
Man's proper in the shit like Vietnam, boy.
And then someone started shooting at my car, so I drove off, and I was like, I lost him. Bro, and I didn't have a headset. So some American guys, yo, what up, fool? Yo, what up, fool? Give me your car, smoke this nigga, man. I was like, what's going on, man? Bro, I had to come out. I locked out, bro. I was like, nah, bro. I feel attacked. And then
I'm the victim here.
And then I think I haven't played it in a while, but
so funny.
You know, I think correct me if I'm wrong, but when you get money, you got to go cash point in it and put it like in your account. So you know, like if I kill someone, I take their money in it.
Yeah.
I think you have to go. I haven't played it in a while, but you got to go into the cash point to like put it in your actual account in it. Bro, I remember getting someone's money. I was like, oh, finally, I'm at the cash point. But man hit some rocket launcher or something.
Oh,
I was like, oh, man. Then you see man running in it, taking your money and then run back.
It's nothing worse when you die like online and stuff like that. You can see people still running around your body.
Oh, bro, I was
respawn.
stressed.
Yeah, so
you just respawn somewhere. This wasn't my car,
I
man.
want to go back to the beef.
Yeah.
Let me get back in the beef.
If I'm right, you can get bounties, innit? You put bounties on people. Yeah, someone put a bounty on me. But people trying to kill me, bro. I was like, nah, this online thing.
Especially when they find out who you are as well.
Bro, this online thing is real.
That Mo, yeah? Can we go ride on him in real life? maybe he's got the online AP on him. Is that online Rolex I see on man's wrist, yeah?
Because I see, when I was playing the game, someone had like a jet fighter.
Oh,
so they was marking people firing missiles, bro.
Airstrikes.
Bro, I was sitting there like, nah, this isn't fair, innit?
Yeah, exactly.
How have you got a fucking... Man's got a jet fighter in the street. And I've got all hiding places, but I'm hiding in shops. I was like, nah.
That's why, you know what, sometimes when you get frustrated with Grand Theft, I'll just do a little cheat to get the tank in it and it's just... Let's go war the whole city in it.
But online you can't do cheats.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to go into like an army base to get the tank. And even when you go there, there's bare other people trying to get tanks as well, innit? So even when you get it, someone will chuck you out the tank, bro. You're like, nah, man.
That's alright.
Nah, GTA, like, funny, I remember when GTA, because when GTA, what was that? GTA 5? Is that the one, yeah?
That's the most recent one, I think, yeah.
When that came out, I remember going Peckham again, and it hadn't come out officially. Yeah. But you know the small boss man, like, computer, they were selling it like 2-3 days before, innit?
Oh, is it?
So there's bare roadman in it. Yo, boss man, let me get that GTA 5. Yeah. And I think the game was like £45, but they were selling it for 60 because you're getting it a bit earlier, innit? I remember I don't think I came out of my room for like, I did like go to the toilet.
Exactly. But I think it's one of the best games ever made.
Yeah. I think I think that's the thing with like online, because now they add these like, what's the things they can add and stuff, because they've got
DLC basically. I mean,
so you got like the online, but you can do missions on the game and stuff.
Yeah, and there's a version on like your games as well, like you can get it on here as well, like on your phone and stuff like that as well, man.
See, I'm not big on using my phone and then it connects to the. Yeah. I don't. Nah.
I'm the same.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really use my phone for that, because I know Fortnite you can play on the phones, I think, as well.
I downloaded it and I downloaded that Battlefield version as well, but I still haven't played it yet, man.
Yeah.
I still just think the day someone calls me a name on this phone, I'll be like, "Where are you? I want to find you."
Yeah, the whole like headset. I've never had I've always played online, but I never had a headset.
Yeah.
Because
you ain't got the chair yet. The gaming chair.
Oh, the gaming chairs.
Yeah.
They look like sport cars. Sports cars. Yeah.
You get the car ones. Yeah, you got the speakers are there. Those are a lot, boy.
What do you think of, like, just before we leave, what do you think of things like the esports and stuff? Did you watch that? Have you seen that?
I don't watch a lot. I did a competition before at the XL.
I swear.
Yeah, I had my friend, you know Marcus Bronzy, innit?
Yeah.
Marcus me and Marcus went down and we were playing at XL in the Battlefield tournament.
Oh, right.
We had like one expert and then another guy from Go 8-Bit. He's like into like retro gaming and stuff. And then me and Marcus, man, I died in like 30 seconds, bro.
Really?
Yeah, we have to parachute in. It's like, Dana's wasted. Like, remember Saving Private Ryan, the film?
Yeah.
I hope we're gonna be.
You're just watching everyone play with a headset on.
Yeah, I was just getting murdered, bro. But it was like, it's very lucrative, man. Like, you know, I really feel like that KSI boy, that was very smart getting on gaming very early.
Because I think that's how it's changed, because it's like, I remember when GTA 5 came out and there were certain things that when it came to missions that helped you, you could see it online because people would say, oh, this is how you do it. Or like, even when I was playing Red Dead Redemption, it was like, oh, like, you know, like things you never knew you could do. It's like, if you go here, there's like a certain horse you can get on Red Dead Redemption, like this white horse, which is bare strong and mad fast, innit?
Yeah.
But it's in like you got to go to like the Arctic, the cold bit, innit?
Yeah.
But do you know how long it took to get there? And then I'm there, couldn't find this horse, bro. I set up camp, because you can set up camp. I lit a fire and stuff, woke up, and I'm looking for the horse. I was like, bro, where's this horse, man? And then what was there? I think there was something else there. No, there was like a deer. So I was like, alright, it's got to hunt the deer or something in it, because I'm here. I was stressed, man. I was so stressed.
See, the thing is, I love, like, me, I'm like, I get you, bro. I get you. But imagine explaining this to someone who doesn't play computer games.
Yeah.
So I'm stressed and I had to set up camp. Man, what the fuck are you talking about? talking about the game.
There's a lot of people listening to this podcast and I was like, I don't know, you man lost me, cuz. I was there for Nintendo. Man started talking about 16 bits and 8 bits.
I always thought there'd be like, you know, do you ever know a game called Gauntlet?
No.
It's like an old game that was, I think it was on the PlayStation stuff, but it's like basically like the whole Dungeons and Dragons thing.
Yeah.
Where you'd have like the magician, then you got like the archer, then the barbarian.
Yeah.
So there's all these different classes of like character for like role playing games. And I always thought there should be like a hood version of that where you got like the shotter, and then the crackhead,
Yeah.
and then the pimp, and you could just navigate your way through like a hood in it, but like everyone's got like different skills and stuff. So like,
Yeah.
a drug dealer's gonna have a lot more money and maybe have like a gun.
Yeah.
But he's a lot more likely to like get in trouble with
I
police.
feel like we are crying out because there's a game coming out. I think it comes out this year and it's based in London.
I think they tried to do it before.
But it's in the future. What's it called? Is that the
okay.
one? It's based in London. Like you can go Brixton in it.
Yes, yeah,
But it's
yeah.
Brixton in the future.
Okay.
But it's only got certain parts of London. So you can go Brixton.
Brixton in the future might not look like Brixton at all. Hello, how can I help you? Are you here to buy my wares? Buy a shield.
But they've got Brixton town centre in the game.
Okay.
I can't remember what it's called, but it's that kind of online game, innit?
Yeah.
Where you can get drones and all that kind of stuff.
Explore the whole thing.
You pick certain people to join your team. And
Yeah, like you can just
the
find
role-playing
normal people in the
games,
street
the
and
role-playing
stuff.
Games, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you need a hacker.
Yeah.
It's a hacker, but you don't know it till you talk to them.
Yeah. I think what's
Sounds
weird
like
though
a work in
with
Brixton. Can you hack into things? I can break into people's houses. I'm a crackhead, so I'm a cracker.
I think London is crying out for its own game for a while
long
though,
time,
man.
man. And I know a complete London-based game, not like a
Even
Sherlock
a
Holmes or anything
UK-based game though.
Yeah, there should be one by now.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's interesting? Like, because I was into like geeky stuff like comics and computer games. There used to be a whole, you know, Marvel. There used to be like a whole Marvel UK. Like there used to be like all based in London. Like, so I remember there was one character called, there was a group called Motor Mouth and Kill Power. So it's Motor Mouth's this girl. She had like a sonic scream, and she's looking after Kill Power is like this big like size of the Hulk, but the mind of a child, didn't it? So he'd be like kind of done stuff, but he'd have like all these weapon stuff because he was like genetically engineered, and then they escaped from the lab before his brain could develop. So he's quite young minded, and
Yeah.
and that'd be good. I remember they had one episode of like, and the Hulk was in like a crossover episode, yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously he's like, Motor Mouth's like, I think the Hulk might have like flicked her in her face and knocked her out because it's the Hulk. So he like leaves a little finger went, and she was out cold, yeah. And the guy's like, I'm gonna kill you, and tried to punch the Hulk, and the Hulk's like, okay. He banged him, yeah. And I remember the next panels of shots on the comic here, it was like the London Bridge, yeah, and it was falling down, and then they had a picture of like a theatre, and it had My Fair Lady.
Yeah.
It was fucking hard, but I think we need like English game. Well
Yeah,
overdue,
I feel
man.
like, especially with Rockstar being like from the UK,
Exactly, yeah.
yeah, it's always like, right, how come we don't have a UK
You know,
setup, man?
I mean, you know what? It would be good to have a game that would be like especially with like something nostalgic about like, I don't know, Knights of the Round Table and all this other stuff. Like, I think that should exist because then like old people wouldn't be like trying to leave the Europe and stuff and trying to bring it back and be like, let's go back to the old days. They could just play the computer game and be like, oh, that reminds me.
Oh, to live on their road.
Or like a Mortal Kombat like EastEnders edition would be sick.
There was a game based in London. What was it called again? Oh, what was it called?
I remember there was like it was like a Grand Theft kind of thing, and then was Driver? Was Driver based in London as well? There was a Driver UK that was on PlayStation.
Was
Remember
that
game?
was that in London?
There was
But there was a game that was based in London. Like you could go Oxford Street.
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called though.
It wasn't Driver,
There was Driver.
and
Yeah.
But there was another one in it.
Driver, you know what it is with
like
Driver?
GTA, innit?
Driver was good, but when I look back on it now, I was like, this was rubbish, man. Because I think it was Driver 2 where you can go out the car and it was like a fake GTA.
Yeah.
And you're just driving around doing missions and that.
And then sometimes it'd be ridiculous, like because I remember at one point you'd have to like some of the missions were fun to get away from the police or them kind of things. Then and no one chase this car down, but he's doing handbrake turns like right before the turning. Like that's not humanly possible.
Yeah.
To be annoying, man, and or man would like start weaving between buses. Like, you can't do that unless
Yeah.
you're like the computer because you can see all the code before it happens.
It's
like,
them games where
foolishness.
it's them racing games where, you know, when you get stuck on something and you can't really reverse and you can't really go forward. So you got to keep going until the car spins around and then you can finally move.
And then someone says, why don't you use the brake? And you're like, do you even know how computer games work? Why don't
Yeah,
you shut your mouth?
you
Shut your
can't, you
stupid
can't
mouth.
use a brake on those games, man.
Yeah,
you might just like slow off the accelerator. It's like, you know, when people play racing games and they use manual instead of automatic.
What's the point in that, bro?
Who does that, bro?
What are you doing?
Man, shifting gears, you
I
know.
ain't got time for that, bruv. Who's got time for that, bruv?
That's like, I remember my mum got me one of those actual like steering wheel things. But that was awful, bro. I had brake pedals there. I was like,
because the thing is, it's like now am I kneeling on the ground? Am I sitting with my legs crossed?
yeah. I remember putting it here and you can adjust it a little bit. But I had the pedals on the floor, and obviously my foot's just like this, innit?
Yeah,
and then as I'm turning, it's so sensitive. it's just the cars is going. I'm like, no.
People need to understand.
This isn't working for Colin McRae Rally, innit?
This is what I'm saying. That was a big boy game. Like, people need to understand it. When it comes to computer games, that is an unwinding technique, innit? Like, I don't play computer games because I want to do stuff. I play computer games because I want to relax in it. Like, so that time when it was like Nintendo, when the Wii came out, and then there was Xbox Connect. Was it Connect or and then PlayStation had another like
yeah
sensors in
where
it.
it can see you and you can play
Don't do that
yeah
because I'm not doing it to stand up and exercise. That's what, like people Nintendo Wii fun for the family. I don't want to be around my family. That's why I'm playing the computer games. Like, and then you go to people's houses and everyone's like, join in boxing, and you're like, oh, this is fun at first, and you're like, but hold on,
yeah.
And I get vexed in it. I'm like, oh, you're winning, but I would beat up in real life.
Yeah.
Like Danny 7.
The maddest thing is playing. I remember playing Wii. It is fun for like 5-10 minutes, but after that, it's like, yeah, nah, I'm not trying to.
If the Wii wanted it to be fun, they should come with
because they've got like
it should come with an ashtray.
They got like a sports one.
I don't need a because basically what they did with the Nintendo Wii, they basically went into like people's garages or attics and was like, let's take all the stuff that people don't care about no more and paint it white, and then and then use it interactively. Like you could get like tennis rackets and all these things. Like I don't need this. If I wanted to play tennis, I'd play tennis. I mean, it's here because it's cold outside or I can't be bothered. So I don't understand.
Because they had like a like a scales or something at one point. You can do Wii yoga and stuff like that.
Look, if you did yoga, you wouldn't even have a Wii in it. There's just no.
Yeah,
there's no need for these. Like, people don't play computer games to exercise. It's like the opposite.
Yeah, they got a new one on the DS where it's like a ring and you squeeze it to fire and stuff. But
Long man.
You know, I ain't gonna lie, I've seen it and I was like, oh yeah, possibly. But I was like, nah.
Yeah, innit? Just do some press ups, man. Just stop beating man, cutting around corners.
Even with the Nintendo Switch, like you can connect it to the TV, and I think I've only ever done it once.
Yeah,
because I'm just used to playing it as a handheld.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it was when I was filming something, and then I was like, oh cool, I'm in the hotel, might as well connect it. I never connected it, brother. Do you know how long it was? Because you got to connect to this little box, and that needs a power source, isn't it? Ugh. So you got to connect that. Then I've got this long HDMI, and it was literally so long, but the TV couldn't go a certain way in it, so I couldn't move the TV over. So I was literally had this long cable that I was talking from like here to here, which was going into it, and it was just like, this is scatty, man. This is scatty, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like people need to know that like computer games are for relaxing and kicking back. I don't play computer games to stand up. Them things when people are like, come on, let's play Dance Revolution. Why?
Yeah.
Want to dance? Why do you have a computer game? Why do you have a computer on at your house party? It's long.
When you go to the arcades and you got man dancing on the circles.
Them Chinese man used to take it serious though.
Yeah, Chocadero, bro.
That's what I'm saying, Chocadero. If you Chocadero was a thing, man. When
them used to go in, bro.
Or we used to play them triad man like on like Marvel vs. Capcom or them Street Fighter games.
Yeah, no.
And I'm like, all right, let's do a little bit of Ryu, a little bit of Cyclops, and let me could begin. And they better be putting some cheat code. He's like, I'll be Ryu and Barack Obama. What? How did you get that character? Man was really pulling out some mad characters all the time. Like, I'm gonna be arcade. Metal Zangief.
The only game I think I play in arcades was Time Crisis.
Oh, that's a bad boy game. Action.
Yeah.
Big boy game. And House of the Dead, which is the same game but with zombies.
Yeah. They had that. I tell you what, there was another game where you can like race people, and there's like 4, and you can all race together.
Daytona was the old school one.
Daytona was the old school one. You're all driving basically.
Sega Rally.
There was another one which was a motorbike, and it would move. You could sit on it.
Yeah.
But it was dead. It was.
Those are games that you.
So dead.
Those are dating games.
No. But this game was one person. So like you see the driving one. You can be like, I'll play, you play. We select the same thing, but this was like a motorbike, innit?
Okay.
So you know, like once your coins you run out, you're just sitting on the game like.
And it goes all stiff again like a wheel lock.
You're just moving side to side.
And it'll go stiff again like a wheel lock.
And then someone comes, oh, you playing?
Those are them bowling alley games.
Yeah.
But Trocadero was the one though. Oh my god, Trocadero was the place where it really went down, boy.
Bruv. Bear man got robbed in Trocadero, boy.
Bear man got robbed in Trocadero.
It was
my last time in Trocadero, when I realised, I'm too old for Trocadero, I went Trocadero, I must have been like 16. I was like, I'm maybe too old for Trocadero. And I remember talking to one girl, going very well, and then a brother come up to me. Keep in mind, not a brother that chirps the girl himself, an emissary on his behalf. And he was like, I don't know if you know this but my brethren chirps that girl a couple minutes ago. Okay. And what am I supposed to do with that information, bro?
Yeah.
He's like, no, just allow it in here, blah, blah. Cool. So the girl carried on talking to me, this time I would have got the number,
Yeah.
Brother was like, I don't know if you understand me correctly, bruv. but my bedroom already churched her, and I was just supposed to be like, smell her! And I was like, I'm not getting into a fight at Trocadero at 16 years old, man. I'm too old for this,
Nah,
man.
Trocadero was real, man.
Trocadero, you know why? Because it's central, innit?
Yeah, it was
So-
central. Everyone was
So
in
everyone's
Trocadero.
there, innit? So
And I remember like
you ever go to
Trocadero-
Alien War or
Huh?
Sega Zone?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Was it Sega
No,
World, whatever it's
so
called.
Trocadero was like, there was Fun World was like the first floor,
Yeah.
and at the top was Sega.
It's where the lift used to go all the way up.
Sega,
Yeah.
Sega World.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, the bumper cars.
yeah.
yeah,
Bad
yeah.
boy thing. Ah man, Trocadero. And then there's Namco Wonder Park as well as another arcade, but
Is Namco still there?
I think it's there still. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. But it's a shame, man, because arcades, I think they only really pop off in like fairgrounds or like theme parks or
It
Japan.
was the 90s was big for arcades.
Yeah,
Yeah.
90s was.
I'll be honest, when I go to arcades now, I'm playing like, I don't know what I play, to be fair, but I try and, like, you got them machines where I like them little 2p things.
Oh man,
Well, you
why
got
do
the-
you stress
You
yourself
got
with
the
them
2p
things?
and that. I like them little games.
You like to stress yourself, Mo.
They got a 10p one in it.
Yeah.
So what a little change,
I know, but when it
Give
don't
it a
come,
little-
when it comes, but the
Give it a
thing
little
is,
knee in
but
that,
the
bro.
thing, yeah, the thing, exactly, but the things go all the way there, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
no, bro. When someone goes, all right, you, don't do that, please.
I play that, and I like the basketball thing where you get bare tokens.
That's hard.
But fam, you need bare tokens,
You need
bro.
bare tokens
Because you'll be
to
sitting
get
there like, rah, man's got 300 tokens. I must get something good. You look, you're like, what a lolly.
Yeah, a
Like,
lolly.
a lollipop for
Oh,
300
oh,
tokens. Are you taking a fucking piss?
Bro, a pink fluffy fish.
Yeah. A key ring.
How much for the model card? That would be
You
12,000
have, to,
tokens.
you have to spend. I'm talking like you have to spend like £50.
You'd be better off going to a toy shop and
Yeah,
just buying
yeah.
the radio control
Yeah,
card,
yeah.
man. You know what? I was just thinking about arcades though. You know what would be good for arcades now? Because the things now you only see them in like ironically or like in rustic shops like Shoreditch. They'll have like a 1-2 like arcade shop, but arcades should have contactless.
Yeah.
and probably people probably pay them a lot more nowadays.
Yeah. But that's, I guess, it's the thing of like, for them, it's because, yeah.
And arcades were always and arcades used to always be a good way of
not about going
washing
overdrawn
them.
money.
But it's like McDonald's, isn't it? McDonald's are always bangers.
Man will be doing deets in that.
For Street Fighter,
In the arcade. Taking man's card. Man's trying to win this PlayStation, boy. Come on, fish. There's deets in it, boy.
Them games there.
Because they got them for the sneakers, innit? Now, innit? So if you go to like sneaker
Oh yes, I've seen. Yeah, I have
stuff
seen.
like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
you can put like a token
like
in
a
it,
raffle thing and try and grab
and
it.
you can win the Yeezys and stuff
Yeah,
in
yeah.
it. But they're bumped still. I don't know if they're a bump, but some people do win. But there's
Name
been times that
the people, Mo. It's like I've never met somebody who's like, where'd you get a Mega Drive? According to a competition to a children's show on TV, and that's how I won it. You never met
who
nobody
won
like that.
those?
Exactly.
who won them?
You've never met anybody like that.
Yeah, no, I don't know who. It's the
never-
same. Remember that program? What's it called? The Gadget Show.
Yeah.
Whoever won all that
That's
stuff?
what I'm saying.
I called in though. I called in a
once.
couple times,
I called in once, for
and
a
sometimes I was like, "Yeah, man's gonna win. I know what it is."
yeah. Me
Because you know when you was young, you was like, the question was so easy. You were like, "Oh, I think only I know this." It looks like I'm gonna have to find somewhere.
And then they say,
to
please
put this
ask,
jet ski.
please ask permission from whoever pays the bill. That would be a bad idea. I'm going to do this while they're not here.
£5.
And my dad used to go like, everybody come. Now, I want all of you to go to the bill with a highlighter pen. And you highlight your calls. Because I don't use it. The man don't use it. I keep telling your children. Alright, I keep telling you. If you want to mess with the phone, I got to buy a pay phone. And if you want to use it, you have to put money inside. And only I will have the key. Never happened though. But that
Where's
was
your dad from, man?
Grenada. But as he's trying to sound.
Because I know these people listening like, where is this?
He'd always be like that.
Oh,
He'd
I
always
think
do
we
that.
said-
He'd always do that threat.
Yeah.
If you keep using the phone, I'm going to buy a pay phone. Like you're in prison, and if you want to use it, you need 20p, 10p, and only I will have the key.
A payphone in your house. That's
Yeah.
mad. You could buy them as well, you know. You could buy them still.
We got to turn. But we used to have to go through and have to highlight our calls on it because if there's any.
Did you have to go phone box back in the day?
Oh hell yeah, man!
I used to go phone box.
Ugh.
Remember that?
With a phone
Do you
card.
remember going phone box and pressing 100 and saying, "Yeah, excuse me, I just lost some money. I just lost a
Chip in the
pound.
phone box.
Oh, a pound? It's okay. Give us the number and reconnect the call." That used to happen back in the
Yeah,
day.
I've got friends where like I don't even know what their voice sounds like without hearing
Good.
in the background.
Even now, you know, like phone boxes, like they're just used for junkies now, bruv.
Cracker toilets
Don't
now.
you-
You know, you see tourists and tourists are like, And you're like, if you knew that was for, you wouldn't be.
But
on
I'm
it like
talking
that.
about like the ones in the ends, innit?
Yeah.
When I see a phone, I'm like, bro, phone books.
Yeah, yeah. And the price has gone up astronomically now, you know, for phone. And you can go online with phone boxes and them things now.
Yeah, because they've got them ones at the side you can plug in your phone. And
Yeah,
that.
it's crazy. It's crazy, man.
It's not about being at the side of the road though with a charger. Just well done, brother. What you saying?
Yeah.
Just charging.
People are like, just go home.
Getting a little juice.
Go home.
Brother, it's snowing outside. Hey, trying to save, innit? Trying to save.
You know what used to kill me back when we used to use phone boxes, yeah, is when back in the day when people used to put music on their voicemails.
Oh,
come on, man.
Jesus, bro.
Boy, you should know. What am I a dickhead of life? What the fuck is going on here?
Oh, mention to T2.
My friend used to have a girl sing his voicemail in it, and her voice was not good. And she'd be like, Tony's not here right now, but if you want, I don't.
You had to wait for that whole thing to finish,
So
boy.
long for people to the voice before we could like pimp the ringtones in it. People would just pimp the voicemail.
Oh yeah,
Let the voicemail
yeah.
pop off, and you just be like, "Hello, this is Devontae's voicemail. I can't make it right
I've still
now,
got my voicemail. It's still like when people call it now, and people hate it. But I'm like, it's still that voicemail. Like, yo, what's going on? I pause it. I'm like, yeah, unfortunately, I can't get to the phone. You know, but I'll call you back.
You're a joker. You're one of them freaking brothers, PPI brothers. Hi, it's me, Mo. Were you involved in an accident? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Have you had
You're
some-
like,
some
hello?
vocals in your-
Hey, you're right there. Yeah, I'm fine. Was you involved in oh, you got me. But yeah, we better wrap this up here, boy. But yeah, Dane, what have you got coming up, man?
Yeah, so my tour begins next month. I'm doing a national tour for my new show called The Chocolate Chip, and it starts off in Reading at the South Street Arts Centre. But yeah, I'm all over. I'll be in London from the 6th of March to the 20th. So if you're London based, check that out. But yeah, go on to damebaptiste.co.uk for more dates near you, and yeah, check out my YouTube channel. And I'm on all your good socials in it. So big up and thanks for having me.
No worries, bro. Big ups, big ups. Thank you guys for listening. Yes, there will be clips, and this episode is now on the YouTube. Yeah, so yeah, there'll be a load of clips of the past episodes going up as well. Take care. Let us know what you liked. If there's any games you remember that you want to talk about, don't forget to use the hashtag no money mo problems. Yeah, see, someone's already messaged us. Yeah, no money mo problems. Take care, respect, and yeah, respect your mum. Peace.
Result.